Huge news today as Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni announced Gardner Minshew expected to start at quarterback for Philadelphia's gigantic matchup with the Dallas Cowboys on Saturday. This was expected. This is a monster deal. And honestly, I expect Gardner Minshew to play well. Gardner Minshew, one of the best backup quarterbacks in the National Football League. Gardner Minshew has experience. Gardner Minshew has played the Cowboys before. Gardner Minshew, Minshew Mania, the mustache. We saw it in Jacksonville, lightning in a bottle. Gardner Minshew can sling it. And Gardner Minshew absolutely has what it takes for arguably the biggest game in the NFL for this remainder of the campaign. And certainly this Christmas weekend. And I think that, look at the touchdown to interception ratio for Gardner Minshew. He absolutely can take advantage of the beleaguered Cowboy defense because he has incredible receivers with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Miles Sanders is going to help him out running the football. Best offensive line in the NFL. And Nick Sirianni is going to be able to dial up plays that help out Gardner Minshew. Look, I do not want to be disrespectful to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a star. The offense will not be the same with Gardner Minshew. It is going to take a significant step back, but it doesn't mean Philadelphia can't win the game. Gardner Minshew has it. The Cowboys defense hasn't made a play in a month, and this has mustache mania written all over it. Trevor Lawrence, who is having a breakout season under the guidance of Doug Peterson. And honestly, I am all sorts of fired up for this matchup tonight between Trevor Lawrence's Jacksonville Jaguars and Zach Wilson's Jets. It's loaded with playoff implications. Seriously. I mean, we're talking about a team in Jacksonville that I believe, and I've made this case all week, Jacksonville's going to run the table and win the division. Tennessee is not going to have Ryan Tannehill this week and maybe for the remainder of the season. And I think that you look at Lawrence play, you look at him last week, the 3 touchdowns, one of them right here, to Zay Jones, 1 other touchdown, and he was just absolutely remarkable. Shredded the Dallas Cowboys. And I know this is a much tougher spot against the Jets defense, but Jets defense hasn't stopped Trevor Lawrence. I mean, no quarterback has been better in the league in the last 6 weeks. Not Jalen Hurts, not Patrick Mahomes, not Joe Burrow, not Josh Allen, not Justin Herbert. Trevor Lawrence is playing like the quarterback we expected to see last year out of Clemson, but Urban Meyer ruined him and the entire season. Peterson has changed everything. They have balance with Travis Etienne. And remember, Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence are in the same draft class, and there is a gap like no other separating the number 1 and the number 2 overall pick. See, the problem with Zach Wilson is he stinks. Zach Wilson is awful. Terrible at football, terrible attitude. This is Jamarcus Russell 2.0. He completes half his passes, 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, bench for Mike White. Mike White, if he was healthy, the Jets would win. Simple as that. If Mike White was healthy, I would pick the Jets with their defense in the rain in New Jersey. I would pick the Jets to win this game. Zach Wilson can't hit the broad side of a barn when it's beautiful and it's sunny and there's no weather conditions. So I expect Trevor Lawrence to dominate. I expect the Jaguars pass rush to be a thing and get into Zach Wilson's face. I think Zach Wilson is horrible at professional football, and I expect Trevor Lawrence to play like the number 1 overall pick of the 2021 draft, play like the best quarterback in the league the last 6 weeks, and I expect the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the Jets by 10 points tonight. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, laser focused, winners of 6 straight, and the good times are going to keep rolling this weekend against the New England Patriots. And I love that anecdote of truth where it's about winning. And yeah, he's scoreboard watching and paying attention to what the Ravens are doing because winning the division matters. So how about Joe Burrow? He just beat Tom Brady, and now this week he's going to beat Bill Belichick. And he is just absolutely humming. The receivers have stepped up. Chase and Higgins and Boyd are the best 1-2-3 punch at wide receiver in the entire league. The Ravens have been inept over the last 5 weeks, and the Bengals are clearly better. Look, I view Cincinnati as the second best team right now in the AFC. Buffalo, Cincinnati. That's the order. Kansas City would be number 3. That Monday night game, Week 17 against Buffalo, is going to be gigantic when it comes to how you feel about these teams come playoff time, how you feel about the seeding, and what Joe Burrow is talking about with regards to the division. I think Cincinnati behind Joe Burrow is absolutely going to destroy the New England Patriots. I think Joe Burrow is a killer. I think he is so ridiculously cool under pressure. I think Joe Burrow is a legit candidate for league MVP. And I think once again, just like every time he takes the field, New England is going to be his time to shine on CBS on Saturday. Here are my playoff teams in the AFC. Look, sake of conversation here, I would put the Raiders and the Titans ahead of the Chiefs. I'd put the Baltimore Ravens ahead of the Chiefs. Love or loathe, the Kansas City Chiefs will win over 10 games. Loathe. Stay with me here. 9 wins. And the AFC, historically loaded with talent, in my opinion. I don't like the Chiefs team, but Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid will get them to the postseason. Truth be told, I don't think Kansas City is going to be as great this year. But when you have Patrick Mahomes, the impossible becomes possible. Patrick Mahomes hears all the critique, all the criticism. He's going to have a Michael Jordan-esque season, a Michael Jordan first game on CBS this weekend. And he took that personally when he hears people like me say, the weapons are not the same, the Chiefs are not the same. But you still have Mahomes, you still have Reid, and this is going to be a dynamic show starting on Sunday on the NFL on CBS. I miss my tan. Welcome back. Time to shine. That was a perfect, epic Throwback Thursday. Great job by producer Malcolm and our Time to Shine crew, because it tells the perfect story there, how the perception for me for Kansas City changed throughout the offseason. And I did obviously end up picking them to go to the postseason, but not win the division, which is why I want to pay off the fact that they won the division and clinched it last week. And I was wrong in that regard. 7th straight division title. That is a major credit to Andy Reid and to Patrick Mahomes. And when you hear all of those comments in terms of losing Tyreek Hill and the receivers this year, not very good for Kansas City. They don't have a consistent run game. They don't have a consistent defense. That's all part of my premise. Why, as we start week 16, Patrick Mahomes is my vote for league MVP. Speaking of impressive, let's switch gears and shine on some basketball. Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets are rolling. Winners of 7 straight. 4th best record in the East. It's been really nice watching the Brooklyn Nets play with no drama, watching them share the basketball, play some defense. They had 91 points at the half last night against the artists formerly known as the Golden State Warriors. The Brooklyn Nets are on a heater. My Knicks 8-game winning streak was snapped last night thanks to Spicy P lighting up New York to the tune of 52 points at the Garden. Listen, credit Spicy P. The Raptors have too much talent and the coaching's too good for them to be stuck in the mud. I'm not going to rip the Knicks at all. You knew at some point they were going to lose. Instead, I'm going to credit Toronto, and I can't wait for the Knicks to start another winning streak tomorrow night. Pretty epic performance from my guy Donovan Minchu last night, who scored 36 points as the Cavs topped the Bucks in a matchup of the 2 best teams in the East. Listen, I love watching Donovan Mitchell play, and this is a huge deal. 36 points And watching Jared Allen, watching Garland. Look, can I say two of the best teams in the conference? Milwaukee's got the best record. I loved Cleveland and Brooklyn preseason. I think Boston is right now the team to beat. Those four teams at the top in the Eastern Conference, buckle up, Buttercup. That's going to be great theater and drama all season long.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.